Found a video called "This is how young white men feel these days."
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jimmy Talks. Just wanted to do more of a rant style video today. This is not me breaking down a political system, but how do Gen Z white men feel? How do the
It's actually great. I would actually love to talk about the Zoomers. Also, man, I remember this era of YouTube where everybody was just like pulling up Call of Duty gameplay, Fortnite gameplay, fucking Happy Wheels gameplay, and just shooting the shit for a couple minutes. I actually love this shit.
Zoomers actually feel? Well, I'll tell you because I am one. I'll tell you how a lot of them feel. We are watching all of us, our generation, young white men, through a slow motion collapse that's being...
You know what they feel like? This is how young white men feel. We feel like everyone believes that we're running the entire world, that we're taking over everything, that we're replacing them in everything. But in reality, it's the exact opposite. They want to call Mexicans, blacks, Indians, Asians the minorities. No, they're not. White people are 6 to 8% of the total global population. We are the fucking minority. But the problem is they all say that we're like this super OP class, and we are, and we need to be limited because we're controlling too much. We're really not. Right? But they want to replace us. They hate us. We're the only race where people can openly be actively racist towards and nobody give a fuck about. And essentially, we're the punching bag of the internet because people have said it's okay to be racist towards whites. You can't say white pride, but you can say Mexican pride, black pride, Asian pride. You can't say white power, but you can't say black power, Mexican power, Asian power. And it's fucking ridiculous. It is. Dude, you can't even put Christ as king on a fucking Coca-Cola can, but you can put fucking, Muhammad as king. It's outrageous. Like, they're completely trying to delete us as a species, and everybody sees it. That's why white people need to find other whites and have a bunch of babies, because we're attempting to be fucking replaced, and everybody knows it.
Being told this is actually progress, you heckin' racist chud. If
True.
you look at the world with your own eyes, like we have been, instead of through the filter of a university lecture which hates you anyways, the reality is actually screaming at you. The historic people of the West, specifically young white men, are being systematically dispossessed in their own homelands. We are being told,
True.
You have to keep your head down, work hard, shut up. You know, it'll all work out for you, but that's not true. The game is rigged. The people that want all this, that are facilitating all this, are betting on our extinction. So the frustration that a lot of young white men feel is, why are they so racist? Why are they all groypers? Why do they all love Hitler? If they don't like groyper, if they're not a groyper, then why are they like Patriot Front?
And by the way, a lot of people don't even like Hitler. They're just trying to desensitize the word Nazi and literally Hitler, because those terms have been used to fucking hold white people back for generations. And what also is, here's the biggest like red pilling moment you'll ever have. Even the tragedies that we've experienced as a race will be forgotten about, whereas another race will go through a tragedy to a fraction of what us white people have gone through, and they'll put it on a pedestal. Let's talk about it. Slavery. There were more white slaves in Africa than there were black slaves in America. And yet nobody ever talks about this. I bet a lot of you guys watching this didn't even know there were white slaves in Africa, because it's been completely erased from our history books. And that's the reality. Is every other race can bitch about what they went through. If white people ever talk about it, cry more. Aren't you widowly a Nazi? It's pathetic. By the way, yeah, the word slave comes from Slavs, by the way. Google that.
Why are they all little Nazis? Well, this is actually a biological and psychological immune response. Think of your body being sick. People are noticing, young white men are noticing, that every institution from, I don't know, the corporate HR department that makes you watch every single thing that you say, that discriminates against you, to the political establishment, they treat your heritage like it's a crime. It's working in tandem to erase you. You know, they'll call this stuff equity and diversity, but it's just a polite way of saying the native population is being replaced.
DEI is quite literally just fuck white people. We don't want you anymore. The biggest thing white people need to do right now is get control of their women. Okay? Because white males and white females are incredibly fragmented. We need to unite. Like a lot of white men, bro, get a hold of your women. Okay? Stop being afraid of your wife and just have a honest conversation with them that they got to rein their fucking behavior in, because white liberal women are going nuts these days. We need to rein them in, boys.
Want to turn your future into a footnote in some sort of history book. Look at the economic reality. Some people will say, oh, it's only about the economic. It's because they can't afford stuff. It's because they can't buy a house. Why don't we just fix the economy? Okay, why don't we actually, that's a fake and gay argument, by the way. That's not the only reason why, but if you say that's
fake and gay, love that shit.
the only reason why, then that's some leftist communist bullshit. But anyways, they told our parents, the Zoomers' parents, and us as well, that if you go to college and you just get the degree, get the computer science if you're a millennial, that's what they were trying to push onto you back in the early 2010s. If you just follow the rules, you'll get the house, you'll get the family, you'll get the stability. That social contract is dead. It's long gone. Don't listen to boomers for any financial advice. Young men today are facing hyperinflated costs of literally everything. Their wages are stagnant. There's an invasion of Somalians and Indians of H-1Bs that are actively designed to undercut your value in the workplace. They will take your job and they will accept a slave wage so that they can get their citizenship via H-1B. These companies will purposely not hire Americans and then just say, oh, we couldn't find an American for the job. We have to hire an H-1B now. And it's like an entry-level computer science job or some that any person could do without even a degree. But they just say that. Then they start hiring themselves once they start getting into these jobs and become supervisors. These foreign workers, they aren't just coming for people's jobs.
Bro, we saw the exact same thing with Xbox. That one Indian chick got like head of creative, head of development, let go of 3,200 employees, and then brought in like 800 H-1Bs. It's like, man, what a shock. Who would have saw that coming, bro? I can't believe it. Somebody fact check me on that.
Coming for the community. They stick together. They hire their own, and they don't give a shit about the people who built this country from the ground up. Meanwhile, the corporate machine treats you, the young white guy, as a liability. People have seen it. I've seen it myself, and I've experienced it myself. I've had a job where a black woman assaulted me and faced zero consequences, and I was expected to perform this perfect sanitized act of submission to keep my job and my paycheck. Imagine if the roles were reversed. That is actually a true story, by the way. If the roles were reversed, this would be hell on earth. This racist KKK rally. I've seen someone comment that on my videos. Is this video a KKK rally? It's like, dude, we are so far beyond that now. You know, anyways. Let me get to that in a little bit. We're far beyond that. It's worse than you think for you, buddy. But anyways, this sort of stuff is not a malfunction. It's not just a one-off event of being assaulted or talked to like a piece of at work by some person who's not white and nobody cares or does anything about it. This is actually a feature. This is anarcho-tyranny. Speaking of not getting in trouble for certain things, why don't we look at the justice system real quick? George Floyd. Anyone remember the golden casket guy, George Droid? The George Floyd stuff was the turning point for a lot of people.
It was.
You had a guy.
Because then everybody saw that this guy was a criminal. He didn't get killed by a police officer, and it was just everybody pretending that he did. Then the autopsy come out. Then the body cam footage came out. And it completely showed that all of the white oppression is 100% by intention. Even when we do nothing, we will be blamed for everything.
Whose life was fentanyl and crime. And the state turned him into a martyr to justify tearing down our history and persecuting anyone who actually defends the law. Derek Chauvin, for example, he was not judged by a jury of his peers in court. He was thrown to the wolves to satisfy a mob of people that were going to burn the city down. And then they did it anyways. They buried him, the fentanyl addict who beats pregnant woman and used counterfeit money and resisted arrest. They buried him in a golden casket to signal to everybody the old order was finished. We now live in worship in America. This was a ritual of humiliation. It's a way to show every single person that the state protects its enemies and ruins its protectors, like the cops. This goes back to the Frankfurt School's influence on our culture. They didn't just want to change the laws. They were trying to rot people's mind, actually. And we're still feeling the effects of it nowadays. For example, they pushed the sexual revolution. They were pushing the ones destroying the family unit. Why don't we have a bunch of young women and young men not having sex? Oh, we'll push hypergamy. Well, OnlyFans. Sex work is real work. Oh, it's what do you mean, chud? It's the oldest job to exist. Well, they push their glasses up and they act all smug. You know, there's this normalization of degeneracy to ensure that men would be too broken and too confused, too addicted to dopamine to ever put up a fight. You know, when's the last time this sort of thing happened? Weimar Germany is the last time something like this happened. Just saying. Why don't we look at the data to compare these two things? Oh, you can't just say it's Weimar Germany. Actually, I can. There was sky-high depression rates in both of these times with America and Weimar Germany. There was a hollowed-out middle class, and there was a dating market that has been completely distorted by a culture that encourages degeneracy over anything else. Oh my God, did you catch the new episode of Love Island? Did you catch this episode of this bullshit? No, I haven't. You know, people are looking for a partner who shares their values, but instead, young white men are met with a market that has just, you have a fat five. You have to look smacks to get like a fat 5 who's a blue-haired libtard who has a body count of 30. And they want to lecture you about, as he should. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, bro. I can feel the pent up rage by this man. And he is spitting so fucking hard, bro. This channel is peak. This is so good hearing a younger man say what I've been saying for years, bro. I love this. As he should. As he should, Queen,
so,
yes.
When I tell guys, this whole entire YouTube channel, if you go look at all my videos, if you haven't watched them all, I don't expect you to sit down and watch every single one of my videos. That would be kind of a ridiculous request. Let's be real here. But if you just go look at the titles, it's me talking about politics, and it's me talking about how to make your life better. That's all I'm telling you to do. Basically, this whole entire channel's point was to tell you to ascend. It's not just politics. It's politics and it's self-improvement. So when I tell guys to ascend, which is what I've been doing since February, or maybe it was January of 2020.
You say ascend, I say kill the lizard inside your mind.
25. When I started this channel, I'm not giving you some sort of like self-help buzzword. This is a necessity for survival. The regime wants you weak. They want you addicted to alcohol and drugs and the filth that they pump into your phone 24/7. They want you single.
True.
They want you broke. They want you miserable.
Dude, quit short form attention content for 1 week and read a book for 1 week and feel yourself literally killing the lizard inside of your mind. I'm telling you, you will feel like you've leveled up like 15 fucking levels. Limit the short form content, consume more long form content, bro. You will ascend.
Because a man who is fit and smart and also capable is a threat to their whole entire bullshit propaganda that they have. When you tell these people that you are going to get in shape and start your own business and cut all this toxicity out of your life that they made, they look at you like you're Hitler. It's like, oh my God, why are these young white men? Why are they all like Hitler? It's like, because Hitler's cool. He has aura. Have you seen the edits? You know, it's like, good. Let them be scared. If they're terrified of a disciplined man who knows his own worth, then that tells you everything you need to know about how fragile.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it says right here, Steve 3D Vision killed Charlie Kirk. What the fuck, bro?
Their power really is. The Republican Party is just the other side of the same coin at the end of the day, too. They're what is called controlled opposition. I've seen this comment so many times. Jimmy, you're a Fed. You're a controlled opposition. What, because I tell guys to make their lives better? What, because I tell you how the government hates you? These people, they're idiots. They're like the Facebook boomers of YouTube comments. I can't really expect intellectual discussions over YouTube comments, but if you're curious, sort by new. Go look at every single one of my YouTube comments. You will see some outrageous sometimes. Yep. I don't expect you to do that, but I don't really look at them anymore for a reason. We get these people who tell you that you're actually bad.
Every time I upload a video, the first like 50 comments are go kill yourself, go kill yourself, go kill yourself. Because it's all astroturfed. It is. Or brainwashed retards literally stalk my channel to be their frame one to try to get some momentum on some dumbass shit. And then they all fade away. And then it's new, first, great vid. Looking very bald today. That's when I get quite a lot.
For telling white people, for telling young white men to better themselves, you will genuinely have people with a visceral reaction saying, this is a bad thing. This is a very bad thing. What are you, like the KKK? What, for telling, can you tell young black men to ascend? Obviously you can. There would be there'd be fancy little nice music while you're doing a TikTok in the background. It'd be okay. Young Asian men, we need to start doing better. It would be, yeah, awesome, cool. Tell young white men though, and it's a very bad reaction. That's how much you know the propaganda system has been working on people.
Chat, he has been spitting 100% of the time. You do this for any other race. Oh, dude, it's so good. You do this for white people. Bro, literally Hitler? Literally KKK? It's all over, bro. And people are noticing. People are finally noticing. I've even had black people be like, yeah, the shit going on with white people, crazy, bro. Man, they were kings and shit. Like, literally, now even other people are noticing how shit on white people are. It's embarrassing, bro. It is.
But anyways, back to these Republicans, these controlled opposition freakazoids. You know, these people, they will talk so much about values during election season. And you know what? I can't wait till they get in the midterms. It's going to make me laugh. But anyways, they're just as beholden to foreign interests in the globalist donor class as the Democrats. They'll send your hard-earned tax dollars to fund wars in Israel to protect Israel's borders. While your own cities are overrun by illegal aliens speaking a Durka language, and your own communities are being sold off to the highest bidder. Why don't you go look at Dearborn, Michigan? This is in America, by the way. This is America. The cops are all Muslim Arabs. All the signs are in Arab. There is a call to prayer in the whole entire city. Is that a bad thing or something? Yes, this is
Yes. America signs should be written in America's native language, which is fucking English. Yes, I don't like when signs are written in Indian, Chinese, Mexican. They should always be a English option on every sign because we're in fucking America. Obviously.
America, that is a bad thing.
Obviously.
This is a white Christian country. Yes, that is a bad thing. No, it's not bad. It's just, that's just.
Diversity is our greatest strength. Oh, really? Name a benefit. The food? Okay.
It's not, no, we're sick and tired of like, no, it's not bad. I'm not racist. We're tired of that. They
ignore the crime and ignore the rape. How about this butter chicken, guys?
Shouldn't here. They shouldn't be doing that. That is not compatible with the West. End of story. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing this little game. Anyways, they don't care about you. They don't care about your family. These Republicans that won't do anything. They only care about maintaining the status quo so they can keep their seat at the table and make more money. That's what Trump. Remember when he did the crypto rug pull at the beginning of his term? Nobody talks about it anymore. Hilarious. The golden age. We need to stop looking for.
Was there a crypto rug pull by Trump? No way I haven't heard about this. No classic rug pull developers launched hype that abruptly abandoned the project and drained liquidity, leaving tokens worthless. But the Trump meme coin launched right before the inauguration showed strong pump and dump dynamics that enriched associated power with many retail buyers lost money. Yeah, I'm be real. You're kind of retarded for buying a meme coin, though. But yeah, here's the TLDR of the video. Young white men are pissed because we know we're being replaced, and everybody's telling us, no, you're not, and we see it right in front of our eyes.